You're listening to the most talked about podcast in the land.
Renegade, on top, Renegade, on top, Renegade, never been afraid of the break. On top,
It's Renegade culture.
Yo, what the fuck is the deal?
Happy New Year. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, niggas,
shit.
2020, you know what I'm saying?
It's a new decade.
It's not 2019, not 2018, you know what I'm saying? It's the
Uh-oh.
new decade coming on.
It's a new fucking decade.
What you do for it?
What I do for it?
What you do for the decade coming
I
in?
came up in this motherfucker alive. That was the first thing I did. I'm in the building. Yeah, y'all thought I was gone.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know
You
either.
what I'm saying?
I don't know either.
I thought he was gonna give me something like what he did. Or
I know.
He came
Nah,
up to the
he
house
did
yesterday
shit.
though. They was at the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They
Yeah.
broke out some, I can't say that on the air, but you know, it was a good time for everybody. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Hey, I
Got
rocked
my man Snow.
I rocked a party of like 1,000 people, man. It was a beautiful thing. I got to do what I love doing, and
Word.
Nobody asked
Yeah.
you though.
I know, you
I didn't
didn't.
give a fuck about you.
because this guy ain't do nothing, and you ain't saying.
Wow.
So I'm keeping it moving.
Even though they knew you were a DJ and they still showed up. That was what happened. Oh
The
damn.
motherfuckers was drunk when they got there. They didn't know who the DJ was.
I thought it was-
Tiptoeing and shit.
I thought it was DJ Premier. Who the fuck is the ear? What? The ear dick? What? Ear
Whatever,
what?
man. 2020, man. Let's get it. What we doing, man?
Anyway, shout out to all our people in the building. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 new interns tonight.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all starting this shit all right.
I know, yo.
Intern 18, 19,
It's
and
like
20.
musical shit. Who's gonna get fired?
We met-
Lights out.
These motherfuckers had 17 interns since we've been
Yeah.
49 shows.
And they last one show each.
One
So-
show each. These like Richard Pryor's marriages and shit.
Oh damn, no.
7
Damn.
women in 1 year.
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, you got my man Kamal in the building. What's happening, man? You
I'm
got
doing good, my man. I'm chilling, like, you know, wandering around the world, doing my thing,
I
you know,
hear you.
making things happen in the world.
Where you coming from? I see you got your good night shirt on and fucking Walter.
Look at he had to look hard with his like
Motherfucker look
glossed
like-
up lips and shit like that, trying to talk shit about people. You know what I'm saying? He like spitting all over himself. Oh, where you coming from? Where the fuck you coming from? Where you got reminiscing?
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I want to take out y'all out of reminiscent mode. But we want to, I mean, let's talk a little bit about
They be
what my
talking
man is
big
doing.
shit.
I got
But anyway, currently, like I said, so I know my man for since he was about 15 years old, and it's been mad transformation. And you know, coming to Atlanta, seeing his work here, he has an incredible catalog of work, incredible body of work, from filmmaking to brand building. And I think that one of the things we want to talk about today is one of his brands that all types of artists, politicians, entertainers, and etc. They've been pushing his brand, and it's called Atlanta Influences Everything. Tell the people that's listening about Atlanta Influences Everything and how that concept came about.
I mean, on my hat, it'll show you when it started. What does that say?
2015.
2015. Atlanta Influence Everything started in 2015 with my 2 partners, actually. Bang Joyner. If you go on the site right now, our website is aie.life. You check out the site and you'll see the merch that we sell there. It'll say Bang Joyner says Atlanta Influences Everything. That's what we named each hoodie, you know, or shirt, t-shirt,
Yeah.
with the signature on it. I didn't wear it today, but it started with Bame, who's known around town to rant. Bame is born and raised in West End. He's known to rant. Like, he's really about community. You know, he's about civic engagement. He's about, you know, really about the people. So he works in that space.
Yeah.
They were talking about the city not having a tagline.
Yeah.
Atlanta not having a tagline. And I think they were maybe in the film and entertainment office at the time. They, you know, decided to pull back. They had a conversation, I believe, with LaRonda Sutton, who ran the office at the time. They pulled back, and he was ranting and just said it. So my partner Ian, who's from Brooklyn, he's you know, he does coding. He's a coder, app developer, website developer. Ian is a jack of many trades.
Ian Ford.
Ian Ford, yes, the genius he is. He said, yo, we should put that on a shirt. And they did, but they didn't really, you know, kind of loosely made plans around what they thought it should be, but it took a while. And then that time I kind of, approached them and said, yo, I see something here. And it was maybe in between what I had going on. I was doing a thing called Dinner with Friends at the time. My man Luce is definitely was the sound engineer for that. He did all the sound for that. And I just did what I did.
So if you to describe Atlanta influences everything, I mean, it's brand content, event production, apparel.
It's really a creative agency. Like Atlanta influences everything is really a creative agency where we take what we see in Atlanta as the 3 C's, 3 pillars of influence. It's the 3 C's. It's culture, corporate understanding, and community. It's those things. So it's taking those things together and spreading the message of Atlanta. It's really harnessing the influence of Atlanta because this is probably the most influential city, period.
Well, I mean, let's not go that far.
With the culture right now.
The culture right now?
I mean, in terms of culture. Yeah. When you hear it, how does that hit you?
Well,
Atlanta influences everything.
It's a hot tagline. Don't get me. I mean, I'm just being protective of Brooklyn. That's all.
It's just Brooklyn for life. I mean, but see, that's the thing about Atlanta influence. Everything is.
As I live in Atlanta, right?
Atlanta influence. I had to explain to a sister the other day who was at Ujama Fest. She's from Brooklyn as well. Yeah. And me and her had a friendship. We met a couple years ago through a mutual friend, and she asked me about it. And when I explained it to her, she was like, "Now I get it." And she felt like it was something she could get behind because I don't know people who are more proud to be where they're from than people from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And Puerto Rico. For real. Puerto Ricans is more proud than Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right. But when you look at it like that, it's not really about who has done the most, who has the most entertainers and stars or whatever. It's saying, yo, I had to tell the sister, I said, what you're doing right now isn't possible in Brooklyn. You can't do it in Brooklyn. It's just not gonna ever come together.
Well, are you worried right now, even as an influencer, as a black entrepreneur, someone who apparently is sort of making way in like political areas, corporate areas, and so forth? We talked a few times about the issue of gentrification that's happening in Atlanta.
Right.
So does that scare you as something in terms of like the culture being lost or taken away? Do you think that's possible because of kind of to be blunt, the influx of like white millennial types and the outflux of like black folks who help create the city and make it what it is?
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, yeah, that's something that we struggle with, and I think that's the reason why Atlanta Influences Everything exists. Because what you're doing is you're telling the stories. It's storytelling. I work in the film space, so we tell stories, but it's the stories of people who made the city viable. We made this city. Sorry, black culture itself made Atlanta viable. But the Atlanta's business model off top is a hub. It's built to be a hub. A hub of what? It's like anything. It's a conduit or a platform where you take it and use it to benefit what you want. And I think from the beginning, Atlanta has been doing that. People don't really think about that. When you look at people like Hernan Holmes, and you look at Dr. King. It's always been something that you can start here on a grassroots level. You can come here and make something shake. Period. So yes, I think that's a problem, but I also think income inequality is a problem in this city. Like we number one, how we influence everything. Yeah. So we got to take that influence and turn income inequality on his ear. Yeah. Turn gentrification and owning our narrative and stories on his ear through the influence. That's what it's about. Yeah. Come here, get your shit popping. Let's band together. Let's practice this group economics and take our story back. You understand?
I think that Atlanta right now, culture-wise, it is what Vegas was to Nevada. It's like a oasis in the desert because we're in Georgia, and Georgia is one of the most racist states in America. But at the same time, you can have a city with a black mayor powered by black entertainment. This last election with Keisha Lance Bottoms,
Right.
I think that things was real close because you had so many different black candidates. They had more candidates than the Democratic Party.
Party candidate.
Right. And it was crazy because you had influences, like you said. But it was the entertainment industry that got behind Keisha.
Right.
That really pushed it over the top. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. We, me and Bane, we were at the mayor's ball after party. I'm sorry, the other night. Do I need to?
No, you good?
Okay. I'm sorry. We was at the mayor's ball after party the other night, and we were saying, damn, if Mary Norwood, what would this party look like?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a after party, because they say that the mayor's ball after parties for the black folks. Like we would I guess would be considered corporate sponsors of that actual party. We had Atlanta Influence Everything photo, video booths in there, and we was giving out product. We gave out maybe 1,200 shirts, But that wouldn't happen if Mary Norwood was in office.
Oh yeah.
So I think it looks different.
And it's at the very end, like when T.I. and Killer Mike,
They
kind
came
of
in.
like they stepped in, they came to her
They
rescue.
came and swooped it up.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I
she
think
got
they
real
did
black
that.
at the end.
Yeah, she had to.
Yeah. She was calling out her roots.
Yeah, you better.
And, she reached for it that time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk more about Atlanta influences, everything. We're gonna get back to Bridgeport. We're gonna talk about some of the other things that's going on currently in today's society and how we looking to move in 2020. Listen to Renegade Culture. Fuck the dumb shit. We here.
Yo, we back. Yeah. Don't step on my line, son.
Oh, my bad.
All I'm saying it's my turn.
My bad. It's your turn.
I'm saying take all my fucking turns, yo.
Yeah, fuck that.
Come
You
on.
listen to Renegade
Bridgeport,
Culture.
Connecticut.
That's right. Bridgeport's in the fucking building.
Oh,
We got Kamal who ain't been to Brooklyn
Trying to
since
take it.
Koch was the mayor. You know what I mean? It's all fucking good.
Can you name
He's still
can you name
claiming
a mayor? Can you
He's
name
still
a mayor from
claiming it.
Connecticut?
Yeah,
Name a mayor.
motherfucker
Name a mayor from
Gander, he just
Bridgeport.
got out.
Oh yeah, niggas
We
in jail.
didn't want it. He was in jail.
They don't even know nothing about this. Like, nobody know no mayors from Bridgeport.
Yeah, fuck
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know us, motherfucker. You on the
No.
table with us.
Oh,
making
damn.
this show hot.
Oh.
So what the fuck we said to it?
Oh, he hype now. Look at him. He's a hype man on Bridgeport.
That's right.
He home
You know
now.
what I'm saying? Like,
He home
rock
now.
out.
He got his back up.
Hey,
Find
our
out.
guest next week gonna be from Bridgeport too. Block out.
Oh,
Word.
is it another person?
Shout out.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
The
goodness.
three. I'm
Don't
sorry,
get
the
it
three that
fucked
made it
up.
out. The three that made it out.
Right?
Yo, we want to get back into it. My man Tory Edwards is our special guest tonight. And yes, he is the coolest dude from Bridgeport, Connecticut I've ever met. So I'm
Fuck,
gonna give him his credit. You know
He's
what I'm saying?
definitely the coolest guest.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, "Oh, the three that made it out."
Try to do some divide and conquer.
Nah,
shit.
nah, nah.
Definitely the coolest dude.
He going
Idiot.
hard.
I'm just
Yo,
saying.
you go home check out some of the past episodes. Yo, fuck Bridgeport. I used to come through
What?
Bridgeport.
We love
I was laying
Bridgeport.
cats
Yo,
down.
Come out.
Nah,
Come
I
out.
was
When
like,
you
yo.
think of Connecticut, don't you think of like turtlenecks and
Yeah, that's it.
ascots and
You know
stuff
what I'm
like that?
I mean, well, you,
saying?
of course you gonna think of turtlenecks. You look like a fucking turtle.
It's true.
We're not going there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the crack
That's
for
it.
reasons
That,
now.
that exists too, but we don't see them. That's
No.
the thing. If you
Ah,
go to
okay.
Bridgeport, you don't get to see those, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
next time.
Before we get too far into y'all defending Bridgeport again,
Yeah.
not defending.
I want to talk a little bit about like some aspects of the Atlanta influences, everything.
Okay.
Brand and some of the other work that you guys have been doing. Because you
Okay.
mentioned, I think, Dinner with Friends.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah,
about it.
Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Okay.
Who
Well,
are some of the friends?
let me tell you something about something else that's directly attached to
Yeah.
Atlanta influence everything, and I can, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
No.
So we do. Excuse me. We do a monthly event called Storyboard. Right. So Storyboard is us inviting people. I like to say just people really put work in whatever space they're in, who have a story. Somebody who actually has a story. And what we do is we sit them on stage. Storyboard is a person sharing their story. Somebody will actually have them walk them through the story, which will be like a narrator or an interviewer.
Yeah.
They're sitting on stage at Auburn Avenue Research Library. Shout out to them down there. And we'll put a local artist, a visual artist on stage with them who listens to the tale, and as the person tells their story, they create a piece of art inspired by the story, and then we reveal it at the end. Storyboard. So Storyboard is something we've been working on for the past 6-7 months. Damien, you've definitely worked at Storyboard and helped us out a lot.
Who's Damien?
He got the government.
The government name? Oh, the government name? Alright. Just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Well, see, he's also a film professional, so that's why. So I gotta address him.
Yeah, they don't hear about no fucking loops on the set.
But the funny shit about the film industry, he could be loose.
That's true. I just know him as Ganja Man.
You do the job.
Mama don't even know he got an accent.
The Jamaican guy.
Yeah, the Jamaican dude.
Yeah, man. They're gonna think he has the weed. That's the film industry.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, Storyboard is something we did, and the first support we actually got, financial support. I don't want to say financial, but in resources, was Fulton County Department of Arts and Culture. So we partnered with them. That's to do the first season of Atlanta. Storyboard. And I know that's not very popular. People kind of partnering with any sort of government agency. It's not really popular, not in the culture. But we had understanding over there, and we said, instead of you taking these resources and doing what you want with them, we understand the culture. These are people we deal with every day. These are artists who need a spotlight. They need a platform to be seen, or people want to hear this type of stuff. Come support this. And I think it was just us kind of consulting them in that way, where they said, hey, we will reach the target audience that we want to reach if we partner with Atlanta Influence. So it ain't popular, but I think we using it in the proper way. Because we're not politicized with it. We're not, we don't go in and you can't buy us. And to be honest, we've had the mayor's election just passed. I won't call the names of people who ran that wanted us to swing, their way. Nah, brother, we don't do that. So that's not what we did. But during that time, I was doing Dinner with Friends hard too, and that was another thing they wanted to use. So Dinner with Friends was conversation. Storytelling is really about conversation, connecting people that wouldn't normally speak. So it's as simple as that.
So like, how many people come to dinner, and then it's like you just start a conversation with
them? Okay, here's what it was. I wanted to get a hodgepodge, or like a cross section of people at the table that wouldn't normally talk. So you had DJ Drama, sitting next to Nzinga Shaw, who was running diversity at the Hawks at the time. She just went to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Janae Bolden. You got Fahamu sitting across from DJ Drama and Fahamu was probably never having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Kwanzaa Hall is at the table. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got Coach K next to Mike Wahlberg from A3C. You got my man Howard Franklin, who's a lobbyist for name a politician. That's his thing. He's a lobbyist. He raised money. People don't know him. Sitting next to, I don't even know if Roger Doty does this, but he was working at, I believe, SunTrust at the time, like dealing with SunTrust Bank, dealing with entertainment. But it's so many different people. I did a table where it was just women, and the women were bosses. These women who's really making money, from a lawyer to a judge to two female entrepreneurs who are making millions of dollars. Then I had one, the youngest girl was she had a mobile mechanic business, which is dope, and she's gorgeous. But she's a mechanic. So it was just a dope conversation. And the food was good too.
And the conversations just be about like public events or things happening
talking about culture at the time when it was Trump running at the time. We talked about that. If he could win or not. We talked about millennials, why they just go with no guidance. We talked about banking black. Talked about entrepreneurialism. Just things that.
Get into it,
Yeah, let's talk.
So you had everybody from Judge Hatchett to Killer Mike.
We had Judge Hatchett, but I also, when I just mentioned the judge, I was talking about my homegirl Tyranny Gun, Judge Tyranny Gundy, who's been a friend of mine when she was a lawyer. But Killer Mike is a good friend of mine. I had Killer Mike sitting next to Michael Sterling, who's a politician. And you had Shanti Das, you had Daddy-O from Stetson Sound.
Oh wow!
That's Brooklyn right there, right? But yeah, Killer Mike, it was a crazy table.
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking about gun rights.
Yeah. Now that's exciting stuff to even be able to pull all these folks together.
Yeah, and I was really doing it off of just my phone.
Yeah, your network, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just calling people I know because I wanted it to be authentic. It really was dinner with friends. I was calling people that I have relationships with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
Kalonji on?
Not yet.
Oh, because he's not really.
No, that's my man.
No, it's okay. You can admit it. You know what I'm saying? You got out of Bridgeport and you left him behind. As you should have, brother.
No.
Yo, he's loose weight. I'm trying to cut him loose now. Be cool now. God damn.
See how Brooklyn do, man.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just asking
Trust
questions.
Brooklyn.
I don't know if I'm gonna bring him to a table.
Hey, yo,
with
Brooklyn is
listen.
instigators, man.
Come out from old Canarsie. Shout out to Canarsie. Come out.
When it was Italian.
Yeah, when he was Italian. That's, you can't tell.
He's from Sheepshead Bay.
Oh!
There we go.
I didn't know.
There we go.
Now you gonna go
You trying to act like yo.
Now you gonna
come with your body concept.
Now you gonna wake up.
You know what I mean?
Now you gonna wake up from his snooze.
Yeah.
Now you gonna wake up from his snooze.
He said,
hard.
nah, my
He
man
tried to tell
said,
me he's from Albany Project.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
it? From Albany, New York.
he drove, exactly, Albany, New York.
Yo, don't get the fam up in here, yo.
That's right.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, let's go back to Bridgeport because we was talking about this during the break.
Let's
I
go
talked
back
about it
there.
earlier that you were mentioning like Bridgeport is relatively speaking a small space, and so everything that was happening, particularly like poverty, folks trying to survive, living close together, was all happening in a close space. And y'all mentioned that a lot of folks that you knew like passed away, and different from some of the bigger boroughs of cities or whatever is that even though you got that element of folks who's dealing with stuff, but they can get out. They feel like there's a road to get out because they're closer, or they're that close to a bigger city or a bigger part of town. But it feels like you guys did always have that as well.
I like for me personally, like I got friends in all the 5 boroughs. A lot of friends from Harlem, people that live in Harlem now. One of my closest cousins, Kareem, lives in Harlem right now. Friends from Brooklyn that I've been friends with for 20 years, all over. And the difference I always see is a lot of them, it's just like the native Atlanta sometimes. Like, it's a lot of people that were born and raised in Atlanta, they have no idea that some of the stuff is going on that's going on. Like, a guy from the South Side doesn't even know, some may not know about Pond City Market. They don't even know it's there.
Right.
You understand? So even with New York, it's like, I'm here. You don't really look
Outside the area.
Yeah, with Bridgeport, you come with a different level of hunger. Like, you really want that shit back because it don't look like that when you walk outside.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of culture, a lot of different nationalities, people from different places. We grow up in a diverse community too, but at the same time, it's different. You gotta have a different level of fucking hunger.
It's consolidated.
Yeah, because even if you was a person who sold drugs, in order for it to even be profitable for real, you had to get on the highway or the train and go to New York City. So you had to have a different level of get up and go for just to even crack the surface.
Yeah,
it's concentrated poverty.
Yeah, it's like a prison.
Yeah.
And what you said about how you can do any, it seems like Atlanta you can do a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
And you can't do nothing from back in Trenton. I'm from Trenton.
Word.
It's nothing but Puerto Ricans, Italians, and blacks. You come here and I came and opened up a pizza place 20 years old.
I used to eat that shit all the time. Yo,
I used to eat his
Son's,
pizza.
shout out to Son's Pizza, baby.
Son's Pizza.
Barbecue.
Man.
I used to eat barbecue chicken.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
You can't do that.
let me tell you. See, that's why Atlanta influences everything.
Right.
It's not saying, yo, fuck Brooklyn, nigga.
Right,
We influence.
right.
No, it's saying you from Brooklyn. Bring that Brooklyn shit here.
It's another
Yeah.
planet.
And take that sauce, that whatever you was created, and that hunger, whatever the resources, the way you hustle, bring that shit here, because we have resources that can.
Put it out more.
Yes.
And everybody could eat.
And I think it's specifically for black people. It's a springboard. But if we could get people here and get them to understand more about us and community, that shit would move the needle. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think anybody, but it's not just, honestly, listen, it's not just about black people to me. Like, you know, get your money. But if I have to talk to my people, I'm talking to my people.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what you're looking to do. just come with a fucking plan. Don't just show up, because a lot of people came because they heard Freaknik was the shit.
That's why I came.
You got
Never
people
left.
still here because they heard about Freaknik.
For real.
What? Come on,
Yes.
man. Like, you got people
Oh, this
still.
cat right here said that's why he came.
That's why I came.
I can
93.
believe it though.
93.
Listen,
But Freaknik, I got
Yes.
you down.
Yes.
when I first started throwing
You know
parties,
girls look at you.
when I first started throwing parties, it was with Precise. Precise used to be business partners with his business partner at the time.
Battle.
It was Battle.
Yep.
You know, Battle and Precise. Yo, listen, we talking, what was it, 94?
94.
What? These dudes was doing incredible shit.
Yeah.
Young kids, right?
Wax Factor Entertainment.
Wax Factor
baby.
Entertainment, bro. And I was doing whatever I was doing. I happened to come across a couple dollars,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
said, "Yo, man, let me invest." But I think they was splitting at this time.
Yeah.
And I, would throw money in with, and we did a party called Tri-State Number 9, I think it was.
Tri-State, yeah.
And it was at the Atrium.
The
Sorry.
Atrium.
They had to
Yeah.
end up taking Mr. Brantley to court for that shit.
Oh,
But yeah, because he opened the doors before we did. Because there was a line already outside. He opened the doors and started
Definitely.
charging people. You know, just
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
man, shout out to Mr. Brantley though. but we bought Mobb Deep down like right before they did Murder Music, their Murder Music album. We flew Ralph, shout out to Uncle Ralph. We flew Ralph McDaniels down. We did a live video music box taping down here. And the group I was rapping with opened up, and we had Mace's Harlem World open up too. And DJ Doo-Wop was the DJ.
Yes.
Yo, man, it's so good to have my man Tory here because I feel like you represent the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not just
all the time.
not just Bridgeport or whatever, but
The
in
culture.
New York, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like you just
Yeah.
you're steep in it, man.
Yeah,
That's been him. He's had that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when he was a youngster. You know what I mean? Because like even their group was straight hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was what y'all consider hardcore hip hop.
Mhm.
This is before Biggie and
Yeah.
Pac was like popularized and all that shit. This was
All I'm saying is like, why you gotta go there though?
I mean, I'm just
What
saying.
are you trying to say? That you
Because-
you got it though?
see, I
Don't
start-
do that.
Why you gonna try to go there though?
It's
You
already-
gonna-
I
you
started
gonna
off
take-
tense.
I know. You
It's
gonna just
already
take the
tense.
compliment and leave it alone.
Nah.
Now you trying to
Fuck
say,
that.
now you
Fuck
trying to say
that.
gangster rap and hardcore shit
Nah.
was invented
But
in
it-
Bridgeport
Nah.
and basically stolen
set tripping and shit.
by Biggie and Pac. You hear all that shit from the
No.
other Yo,
Wait,
it's
wait.
Renegade culture. We gonna be back. No need two of us gonna be here.
You better cut this nigga throat.
Yo, this nigga is.
Besides, the Renegade coaches in the building.
Yeah, we back, and we black.
Uh-oh, come on, I
That's
still
the theme.
sound like
It's the
Drac,
theme
Drac,
from
Drac.
2019.
Blah,
Made that up
blah.
to 2020.
Yeah.
I can't believe you mentioned earlier, my man Naka, he had a pizza store?
Oh, Naka?
Yeah, Son's
fucking movie.
Pizza.
Moulian.
That fucking Moulian. He
Yo.
makes pizza, bro.
He made
Yo,
the
you make pizza?
You made pizza?
Frozen
Listen,
pizza?
nah, bro, don't play
Is that
it
what
like
Roddy
that.
Chichi-
Don't.
This was a black man.
Wait, look.
You still got the sauce in his mouth, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
15 years later.
Hey, he looked at me like, yo, fuck Bridgeport, this nigga make pizza.
I know. I couldn't even think about it. I was
Nah,
like, he
but-
made pizza?
Yeah.
So you know the gym on Clark Atlanta,
Fair
Street.
Fair Street. Their pizza shop was right across the street, in between
Morehouse.
Morehouse.
Brown, and
It was-
Oh,
it
right
was-
over there by
right.
the
You got they had dorms right there back
Yeah.
then. They knocked them down. But these, I remember him, and it's like when Battle and Precise split their ways. I mean, what are they gonna do now? They gonna DJ? They
Open a
opened
pizza
a
shop.
pizza shop.
How long did you run it for?
About 3.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah. No, they had.
The projects went down, the dorms went down, that whole community went down. And you see what it looked like over there now, you're talking about gentrification.
Yeah.
But it really went down, so we moved on, started working on the club, and then after that I just started DJing.
I don't care about the rest of it. I just,
Yeah.
I just,
But
Just stick to the pizza.
Yeah, just stick to the pizza.
I know, this ain't about me.
So,
No, I was like, the pizza.
Nigga been here.
No. So let's get into some like current event shit we was talking about.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Naka's old ass pizza that don't exist no more. But
Oh,
we
man.
might open up another pizza restaurant. I think we should open up a pizza restaurant out here.
Yeah.
We hired
Yeah,
Naka.
I don't
We hired him.
We selling drugs
can't
behind the
stand on my
counter?
feet like that.
You
No
can't
more.
stand
You
it.
selling some weed behind the counter? What's going on?
Wow.
I'm just asking.
You can't have a legitimate black business around here.
You know
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just asking
It's
questions.
always your own kind.
You know what I'm saying? When you say you from Brooklyn,
Turncoat. He's from Brooklyn.
Oh!
Can't let the niggas make
Nah.
Brooklyn, don't let them have
They're
it.
gonna get you wrong out there.
yeah, Al Sharpton ass motherfucker.
So what's going on today?
Yo, so speaking of New York, right? Like earlier this week, I guess there was this dude on the subway.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, he was sitting there, and some woman was like, she's kind of sleeping, sitting across from him, and he
Word.
started tapping on her leg.
Yeah, he looked like you a little bit.
He looked, say it again.
He did look like
Fuck you, man.
Okay.
And then somebody broke out the camera, started recording it, and it came to a stop. And all of a sudden, my man lifted this woman up real fast, dragged her off the train.
Tried to
She
pull.
fought, and she got back on the train and got away.
Wait, well, dude was still sitting out there. There was a couple of lame cats on the joint. Who grabbed you? They try to act like they ain't know who grabbed you. Like,
That's right.
him right here? Oh, over there?
That's right, dude was sitting right on the stairs.
Who grabbed you? He like, motherfucker, me, that's who.
And somebody shouted
Who
at him
grabbed
like,
this girl? Me, that's who.
Can we get back to the point that somebody taped this while this was all going down?
Yeah, and they didn't do anything.
That's what
taping.
happens now. That's
and
what
then,
happens.
like about a week later or so, like somebody else taped them beating this dude's ass
Yeah.
because they caught up with him because you know
That was like
it went
2
viral.
days later. That was
2
right
days
after.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
caught
it became
it.
viral.
Yeah,
And he
he
got
was
his ass
jail.
beat.
I think he got caught in the Bronx.
Then I seen another video of him. He just got out of jail. He was saying his name was clear. But the funny thing that the point is like, I'm seeing gray hair all of a sudden,
Yeah.
grays.
Yeah.
You know, the era we came out of, they done whooped his ass.
On
Yeah. Yeah.
On
There was no video
What?
recorded. Yeah.
camera.
It's like,
we
you
wouldn't have
grabbed
got it on
somebody?
tape, but we would have
Yeah.
whooped his.
Everybody would have knew he
As soon
got
as
his
he
ass
grabbed
Yeah.
it, it would have been on.
He got a universal
Yeah.
beatdown.
Dude.
Universal beat.
Yo, listen, he wouldn't have made it off the train. As soon as he scooped her up, he'd have got blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everything. He jumped off the train with her. And
Yeah.
when she starts fighting him, he tried to chill on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that was
what-
the crazy thing. He just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't me. Like, he's doing something like that. Like, he has to roast or some shit.
Motherfucker sit back like he was Shaggy. It wasn't me.
It wasn't.
Wow.
He's like, what's my man named Colin Ferguson on the train and shit.
Oh man,
When
don't do it.
he shot the people on the train and then he in the fucking courthouse defending himself.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was like,
He has to do
and
it in the
who
joint.
shot you?
Yeah. He's like,
It's like,
"Motherfucker,
you shot me. Like, no.
You're lying.
Who shot you?
No more questions.
I proved my case. Never
Yeah.
been to jail before.
So my man got stomped on. He got danced on. They definitely did the dance in his chest. But like you said, it's just ill that it took all that. Look at all the shit he could have did to him, and the fact that he got away off the train station. I know motherfuckers jump the train style, and the police fuck them up on sight. So why they had to look for this cat is just an amazing situation.
Well, they found him really fairly quick, man.
Yeah.
But you know that's the age we live in.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's all about videotape.
Yeah, you getting found.
Yeah, we're speaking about somebody who I guess in some ways helped bring some of the age that we're in. He's old and he just died. This dude Imus, right?
Don Imus.
Don
yeah.
Imus, famous DJ
Them some
from
nappy-headed
New
hoes.
York. Yeah,
talk
famous.
about-
That's what I think
particular,
about.
yeah, for calling black women nappy-headed hoes. But he was
Rest in piss.
one of the
Don
first
Imus.
shock jocks,
Yeah.
like who was on the
He's
air.
the first Howard Stern.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the real Howard
He
Stern.
was Jerry Jerry from Bridgeport.
Definitely. Yeah, he
Nobody,
was.
no one knows that reference. Just to be clear, no one in the audience knows that
Come on,
reference.
listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to get the Bridgeport.
You got
one.
to
My bad.
Go get that
Yeah,
Bridgeport
you closing them off.
Go get that Bridgeport work.
I
today.
keep trying to shoot you back.
Nah,
You
fuck
closing
that.
them off.
Fuck that.
He's like, yo, we good. Come
Yeah.
on, G.
Yeah.
Just come out, motherfucker. We keep coming.
Overkill. Fuck that. Hey yo, when you go back and listen to some of the other joints, you
Oh,
gonna
he's
be
killing
mad.
them.
You gonna be
He's killing
looking.
them.
God damn, they back with the Bridgeport. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Anyway.
so your man Imus,
Yeah, Don Imus.
and then all these celebrities trying to give a man love.
I wasn't
Yeah.
with
You
it.
know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, who is this dude?
I said, I'm not rolling with you.
Yeah,
Now it was the Rutgers. What was that? The Rutgers basketball team. He called.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
host.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he lost his job. Or I don't know. I can't remember if it was off of that one. But at some point, his racism became so severe that even at the time, I guess it was NBC, the radio station, couldn't keep him on. And
Yeah.
decided let him go. But then of course he did satellite and the rest of it.
Right.
So it didn't cost him too many ducats. But like for a while he was off the air. But I
He
mean,
put out
he's
a lot
one of
of
those
books and
dudes who like you said, like the Howard Stern era and all those other cats who like paved the way for that.
But that's a formula. Like,
Yeah.
That's what he did is him, Howard Stern. Except Howard Stern is reckless, but he won't go that far.
Yeah, Howard guy. I mean, I used to listen to Stern, and he
too.
actually was funny for a while.
Yeah.
I got real political, and I was like, I can't listen to this.
Right,
shit no
but he
more.
has some good interviews, like some of the people he's interviewed I listen to.
Yeah.
But shit, that's Sean Hannity
Yep.
and what's his name? Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
It's all the same
Now
thing.
you got the
I
Alex
fucking
Jones
fire
and all
me. I
these-
just go
Right.
do my own thing now.
That's right. These days, that's right. They do satellite,
Yeah.
or they just do their own like website,
Right.
And
kill
they
it.
get bringing the money. You know?
But speaking of this dead ass cracker, Rutgers coach T. Vivian Stringer has offered her condolences to the family of the late radio legend who used the racial slur to describe her women's basketball team in 2007. Well, it's nice that Coach Stringer decide. Shout out to Stringer Bell. Coach Stringer decides to forgive this white dude for using these racial slurs. The thing about us as far as black folks, African American, whatever you choose to call us, we are the most forgiving motherfuckers on the planet when it comes to anybody else. But when it comes to each other, man, listen, these motherfuckers I'm still beefing with from the 3rd grade about some shit that happened on the schoolyard.
Do you feel like no?
No, speak on.
Do you really think that something like Don Imus looked at black people and said, "I hate black people," or he just said, "I don't have respect for black people"?
I think it's
it that
respect.
much. It's just like he didn't even. Just
I think he didn't care.
I don't think he gave a fuck.
I think he
He
thought
didn't
his
give a fuck.
audience. I think he thinks that it plays to his audience. He's got that racism in him.
There you go.
Just makes profit for
Right.
him. And he probably didn't think he went too far.
Because of their lineage and their historical position on the planet, folks are offended quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
These days.
Yeah, I me personally, I don't really, if a motherfucker yelling nigger or, whatever, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
I really don't, because of the fact that,
Me either.
depending on where we at. Now, if we fuck around and when the elevator is just you and I, motherfucker come find you and shit in the elevator. I ain't gonna say I did nothing, but maybe you suffocated or some shit.
God damn.
I think lately I feel like I don't respect it unless you can say it in my face.
And that's the difference.
If I'm a nigga at home when you're on the couch, that's different.
Who give a
When you
fuck?
in front of me?
Yeah.
If you could do it then,
Yeah.
then I could react to it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not.
And I'm gonna tell you, living in Georgia, we were down in Ebony Island. We was down in Savannah doing the whole Troy Davis thing. And dude says to me, "We gave you niggers freedom. What else you want?" And he said, "We freed the slaves." And he says to Ebony, the other one says, it's two different ones.
Yeah.
He said, "I hope they fry that nigga." You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
damn.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, now I'm looking around and I realize something. We're in Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
I ain't know shit about Savannah, number one. We know how to get the fuck to the highway, none of that shit. You know what I mean? And I see that they got this innocent man on death row that they ended up murdering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they can hold him when they had 9 charges and 8 of
course,
them were
Right.
fucking totally proven,
Yeah.
felonious. What the fuck they gonna do to me? My dreadhead ass coming up in this bitch. So I just had to eat that shit. You know what I mean? Because of where I was at. And that's about knowing your battles. A lot of motherfuckers I talk to like, "Oh, couldn't have been me. I would've, you'd have been dead, motherfucker." Just like
the most recent case in Georgia where they killed a kid for a crime. It was in Thomasville, Georgia. It just happened while I was down there shooting that movie.
Yeah.
And it's funny. They said the guy robbed a gas station or something like that and killed somebody.
Yeah.
But they pretty much proved that he didn't do it, but they still executed him.
Right.
But the day that the day of the execution, well, it was whatever night it was.
Yeah.
The next morning, I didn't know about it. I'm just down there working.
Yeah.
I go to the Walmart, go to the local Walmart, and I see 2 older white guys, no bullshit, with the MAGA hats on. 2 different styles. One of them had the new one. It just came out.
He's rocking a fresh joint.
Yeah, fresh shit. He had the exclusive joint. But
exclusive, man.
he was like, "Yeah, they killed that boy last night." That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit!" Well, I don't know what they talking about. Then I get in the car, And the radio was talking about it, and I was like, this had to be.
People don't
what they were
understand
talking
like that's real America.
Yeah.
That's who Don Imus played to.
Absolutely.
And all these other folks. That's who Trump plays to, right? That's real white America.
Right.
All that liberal shit you get in the magazines
That's
and
bullshit.
online. That's
Right.
they protecting their interests.
Right.
But they know that's like the vast majority of white folks. They voting for that.
Right.
They supporting that.
There you
stuff.
go.
And I prefer it that way. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because of the fact that, you know, we're not tripping over who's who and what's what.
Right.
The reality is a poor white trash, some trailer trash, you know, they're fucking powerless. So you saying how you feel or whatever, or what's on your mind, like you said, you ain't saying that shit in my face.
But let me
Right.
do
Give a fuck. And even if you do, I mean, what the fuck is that gonna change?
It's funny, man, because I work with a lot of in the film and television industry. Like I work with a lot of people that would be considered poor white.
Crackers. Poor white trash.
Somebody said
You can say
yeah.
poor white trash, yeah.
But
You work with now.
nah,
Sorry.
not as of late.
Poor black trash.
But nah, it's funny, man. Like
Or I just teach.
a lot of them and shit, I don't get that in my face. That's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that comes from. It's like, well, you might say it at home, and I'm saying because I've talked to certain people on set
Yeah.
or around set, and I've like seen their Facebook page,
Yeah.
and I'm knowing how you
What
think,
you look,
but
yeah.
you ain't saying that shit when you
Yeah,
know, I'm cool when I come to work. You respect my space, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can really ask for. Because anything beyond that is because you're ignorant.
Yeah.
And I'm not reacting to that shit.
Right.
Yo, so let's switch quick because we got like we had a sad piece of news. I might be joking a little bit, but somebody else died too. So I mean, this is a tragic story and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So Nick Gordon, who was the boyfriend of Bobby Christina Brown,
Oh, yeah,
Whitney and Bobby's daughter,
Right.
who also passed away, and Nick Gordon passed away for a drug overdose apparently.
Right.
Bobby Christie, obviously a few years back, passed away over a drug overdose. And a year before that, her mama passed away over a drug overdose.
That's crazy.
And it's almost like this lineage is like completed in terms of like this is gone. You know
Right.
what I mean?
The ill thing about this tragic story, okay, dude was like 30 years old, and he was implicated in the last situation with
Yeah.
Bobby Christina. And a lot of folks hated him because of, you know,
Yeah,
the
because of-
situation. But, you know, and it's just ill to see. You know, I don't know if that's karma or if it's just, what do you call it, fate. You know what I mean? That this situation comes out the way
Right.
it is. You know, but, you know, hey man,
But the whole Houston line, man, I mean, they did a lot of drugs, man. I mean, I can't.
Word.
Whitney was fly. But she
Yeah.
did a lot of crack.
Yeah,
She did a lot of crack.
Yeah.
Crack was whack, and she did a lot.
She's being busy.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, no.
she's Whitney though.
She's doing,
Yeah,
she's
no.
doing it for the culture.
Do it, you
She's doing it for the culture.
Definitely needed a coach.
Shout out to Whitney.
Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Florida. Shout
I
out
think
to
Whitney was
Florida.
in
Much
trade.
love.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's a lot of shit.
Anyway, listen to Renegade Culture. We're gonna be right back at you in a few ticks. Where we can say R.I.P. Whitney Houston and rest in piss to Don Imus. How
Oh,
about
damn.
that?
Brothers,
Yo, man.
we have a crowd outside the door.
All right, can y'all wrap this up in like 45 seconds, please? Like, what the hell,
Good
yo?
thing.
Guys out here.
Good thing to say. This is the studios.
It's Renegade Culture, you know what I'm
Movie get
saying?
cut in 20 minutes.
I don't care if you Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Yo, can I get that weed later though?
Wow.
I don't want to deal with stereotypes.
Yeah,
but, you
right
know. Yo, I also want to give a shout out to our interns. We got 75th Studio is the name of their brand, right? Where can I find that at? Where's
On
that at?
Instagram.
On Instagram,
Instagram.
75 Studio.
75th.
I said that, 75th, so what? You know what I'm saying? Damn, you know, get off my
Shout-
back.
shout out to 75th.
Get off my back, intern.
Hey yo, but 75th Studio hooked him up, man. They helped to darken come out today with
Yo, can y'all do
Yeah,
something about
he
his
did.
nostrils?
Over.
Make those shits look like they like one nose.
That's it.
Can y'all do that for
That's
me?
it.
Yo,
Hey, no.
My
Yo,
man,
my
you know-
ass. You gotta try to throw
man.
something real
Yo, y'all
quick.
got 2 minutes.
Yo,
I know
fuck
we got.
Anyway, Atlanta influences everything. We got my man Tory
My man
Edwards.
Tory. That's right.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Yo,
What's next for Atlanta influences everything? And how can folks reach you? Is it the website? What's the deal?
Instagram, Atlanta influences everything.
Okay.
Our website, aie.life. Looking at opening space this year. We'd like to make it to the airport too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
just
all right.
and release a lot of content this year.
Your man's taking flight. Shout out to Flight, the intern who got fired like 18 episodes ago. Still fuck with you.
Speaking of weed,
Yeah, high as a motherfucking helicopter.
Shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? I got some bad respect for it. Wait a minute, some bad respect for Bridgeport.
Yeah,
My man came, Tory came and broke it down.
Okay.
Never heard
Shout
about that before.
Okay,
Shout out to Bridgeport.
I told Tory had the heat. Nigga.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Hey man, shout out to Bridgeport, shout out to Brooklyn.
Yes.
Shout out to ATL.
Yes, the whole Bridgeport,
Trenton.
South End,
Everybody.
East End,
The whole
right.
thing.
the West, everything.
Yeah, Renegade culture. We out.
Yes.
And that was fun, man.
Tory Edwards in the building.
Nah, we just like to hear about the old days.
They was
that's
trying
all.
to play Bridgeport hard.
No, we just like to hear about the old days.
Nah, fuck that. You
I'm gonna
got
hold you down today.
you got to check out some of the old shows.
Yeah, the piece of shop.
Cameras rolling.
Y'all don't know about the
Nigga,
gym. The gym.
Sound
How you never told them?
He's never mentioned
We're gonna be
that.
listening to
What?
No, wait, save that for on the ear. Save that for on the ear. Yeah, look at this.
My
This looks perfect.
my kids got them for me for Family Day.
a word.
They stole it.
Oh shit. They let you back in the family. Motherfucker.
Cameras rolling.
Wife let him say anything?
Saying
One
shit.
of us got a wife.
Nigga gunning.
Low ass
Man, good. I like that.
And she said, "Left me lonely."
Just telling him, sister I grew up with, they're like cousins and shit.
God is peace,
I grew up with
man.
their whole family. Peace, God. She's a baby from a couple years old.